Welcome to Trading Lounge and the European Indices for Tuesday, December 14. So, just talking about next week and Christmas and so on and so on. It looks like we'll take a week off, so probably next Wednesday, Thursday, and then come back after New Year's Eve. So basically taking a week off or whatever it is. I will put out any videos of the boys doing the crypto and the US stocks. They will definitely be off, and but any queries, I'll be here, and if there's any movement in particular markets in that space, well then I will put out a video on that. Alrighty, the STOXX 50 here. With the European markets, we've got a pretty clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming down through to here. So then we're expecting an A and a B and a C wave up here. I thought there was going to be another little wave up here. It sort of caught me out a little bit on that front, so apologies about that. Can it still go up from this point? I suppose it could. It could be an A wave, a B wave and a C wave here, and then move up and top out at that point. If that is the case, then we need to be long above this point here because of this move down through here. This is retraced back to supply levels, so any long trade would be on that side. We're also looking to do short trades here as well, because if this is correct, we've got an A wave here, an A, B, C for the B wave, then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. So then it'll be worthwhile shorting this, and it's looking at this particular level here. We've got 4,000, which is a medium level, then 100 and 200 and 3, 1, 2, 3 is minor levels, and this is minor level 2 here. And when the market has played above this level here, and then if it finds it as resistance, then it's normally pulled back to the closest largest number, in this case the 4,000. So that's pretty much the pattern that we're looking at with the European market. So this, anyway, let's go in and have a closer look at this here. So as I mentioned, we can go long above here if we're wrong. On the downside of things, looking at this as wave 1 and 2 here, then 1 and 2, so that's pulling back 50-60%, and then 3, 4, 5 for the third, fourth and fifth. A bit wobbly over here for all of that, but we can fix that type of thing, so it'd be something like that. Now there will be support at the 4150 because of these old highs here. It's also the 50-60% retracement levels, so just be mindful of that. It's something might take a little while to get through on that. Let's continue to move in here on the tick chart. Bring in a bit more data. Okay, so got our B wave up here, and we're looking at wave 1 with an A and a B and a C here for wave 2. And then looking at this move down through here. So from wave 2 up here, we've got 1 and 2 here, and I've counted down for 3, 4 and 5 to this low here. So we'll be looking at some sort of I don't know, ABC pattern here for this. So I mentioned that we can go short under here, and yes, we can do that. That's cool. The second thing is that let's just assume for a moment this move here, continues up here and has a bit of a wiggle up here, and then has a correction here and so on, and then moves up there. Well, then we can use this low to go in on over here. And you could probably also draw a line across here as well. Or the other way that I would do it would be looking at, if the market's traded up here, then I'll use the 42 here, looking for a move to the downside. So if that's the 4200, you want it to come down, bounce off it, go through it, come back and test it. It may trade above here, but it's this low level here and this one here that you're interested in at that point. And this is the more complicated one, but we keep that low in mind. It plays up here, so you may be able to work this whole pattern here will be tied up in this little pattern just here as well, so you can refine those patterns in here. So we could also look to short here, so the arrival, the reaction, the first low below the level, the retest here, you may see something above it there and then dropping through there, so you may be able to catch it at that point there. It's just refining the pattern, that's all. Yeah, so that's it really, in a bit of a nutshell. It should sort of, head up there a bit more on that one. You could short it in the box if you wanted to, I guess. So I like to play it a bit safer. Alrighty, let's look at the DAX, same as well. So with the DAX here, we've got also a reasonable looking 5-wave structure down here. We have got an A and a B and a C wave up here for that. We could pull this as an impulse wave. This appears to be corrective here. Once again, we're looking for a little rally to go back and then down at that point, so it makes this shortable in here. We'll look at that. It's possible for this to make a new high here as well. I understand that, and that's why we'll look to, you'll need to look to be long above here for that. But based on this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, that means we should have an ABC back and to the 50-60% where we are, and then a move down lower at that point. Is it going to be the case? I'm not sure, but if it is, we need to have our trades on that setup going down into that space. So just here we've got the B wave here, looking at this as wave 1, the same as the other, same as the Euro stock. Wave 2 here, or wave B, and we can go long above that. If we go long above that, we'll end up in 16.2 or something up here for that. And otherwise, we can look at this here from wave 2 here as wave 1 down here, and then an ABC back for wave 2 on that 15,720. That should be there. So I might just adjust that. It's just 10 points out, but 10 points is 10 points. So that sits better on the 61.8% there as well. So yeah, that's what it's looking like there. Now I've got the short trade here. You could probably improve that. This is all of group 2 here. So this is 15,650. So I'll just sharpen that up a bit and make that right. And then we've got the 72 here. We're missing the 15.8. That's one level that we haven't got in here. This other sharp line through here, this large dotted line here, that's halfway between 2 medium levels. So that's halfway between 15,000 and 16,500. That's where that comes in. We were expecting that to be a balance point within all of this space here, so that's playing out reasonably well. Did I update the tick chart here? Let me just have a quick look. No, I didn't, but we can just have a quick look at this. So it's this move here that we want. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, third wave, fourth wave, fifth wave here. So we could look at that as the A, the B, and the C in this case. But either way, we should be coming up into this space just here for that. That's where we should see the turn. So we need, let's just look at this low here and this space and work backwards for a moment. So this will be the 50-60% back down here. There's going to be support there. So if this is going to occur here, in one way or another, it will move up to there. So then it needs to move back to here. So when it moves back to here, it's going to bounce off this, and this is the 60%. So it's going to bounce halfway back up there, and then it will come through again. So yeah, the safe trade here would be under here, of course, at that point. You need to wait for the bounce to finish. Don't get caught on the back, don't buy before the bounce, wait for the bounce to go up. And that bounce could be in 3 waves, so you could short the B wave there as well. We can also short it down here as well for that. And of course, we'll look to go long on this, but we'll need to do that further further up there on this one. We just need to make sure that we're on the right track, going in the right direction at that point. But it does appear that we can look at this as an impulse wave to the downside, so that's good news. So we can expect the rest of the day to push up into this space, and then perhaps tomorrow we'll have this set up for this on the short side here. And the FTSE, so with the FTSE here, if this was the bullish cap, this is just a 2-hour chart. If it was going to be bullish, this is where it would need to move from at this point, or need to move up to wave 5 up there, and then we would look at it at that point. You can go long on 7,300 here. That's the point where you can go long, because from the top to the bottom here, then that's the 50-60%. So it's also the top of minor group 1 as well. So a classic trading levels pattern sitting on that would do the trick. Otherwise, we can see here that this is down for wave 1, back for wave 2. All of this is the third wave with 5 waves in it, an ABC for 4 here and down for 5. So really we need to be looking for short trades. So based on that, we'll come back to our 4-hour chart for a moment. Once again, from third here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for the A wave. So we're looking for the B wave. This is what we were looking for yesterday, a little move up through here that didn't play out. So this is an error that I needed to go back over. So we need to look at this slightly differently. We need to call wave, I mean, it's still possible to have that wave 4 there because it hasn't overlapped wave 1 here. So looking up there, but we're looking at it more so like this, and the reason I'm looking at it like this for is because I can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, so we're looking more at an impulse wave there. So I did get that wrong, and then this one will be looking for wave 2. So in this case here, we know that the 50-60% is here, so we can look for a move up here, and yes, it could keep on going, but then we'll be looking for it to move lower to 3, 4 and 5 into this space. As mentioned, if we do get a classic trading levels pattern here, well then we can look to go long at that point. And it's not always easy to see as such, but if you can work that out, and just visually seeing it as support, don't trade the breakout going higher on the first, on the first push. Don't do that. You have to learn to be patient and allow things to fall into place. So based on that, we'll go to the hourly chart and we can look at it like this here. And if we're expecting this to go up, there could be one more drop here for this, but let's just assume for a moment that everything is in place and we're going in for the rally. Then this is the 50-60% in this space. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it wants to drop down through here. I'll just check on the tick chart in a moment, but otherwise, yeah, we should see, you may be able to see a structure like that, which kind of good if you do, a nice clean 3 waves, because we've got that B wave there to short. I'll just check on the tick chart with this, but just before we go there, yeah, so we've got our 5 waves down through here, and then we're looking for an ABC. So it's just how to configure this, that's all. So I did get the top wrong. It's a bit annoying. But anyway, it happens to the best of us and the worst of us. So yeah, I just want to have a look inside this little space here for a moment. Okay, yeah, so I did count it. It's a little bit rough to count up here. So I've got wave 4 here, going down for wave 5 here. According to the other markets around the world, like Asia and so on, then we should be just pushing straight up into this box here, which should be a little bit higher, shouldn't it? So let me just check on that for a moment. That's the high on the cash there as well. Yep, that's much higher. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, I know what I was thinking. We just need to be a little bit extra careful as well, because it comes in at there. We may not reach it up there either, so I'll just put this one in here. It may stall at that point, just so you know. So yeah, from wave 4 down to wave 5 here, I could count from here, I could count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's really the most powerful point in the trend. So I need to make, all of this wave 1, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, not that crash hot here. I don't know. It's still the best way to count it, really. I mean, this would be wave 4, pulling back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree, or the 38.2% from here. Just seems to be out of sync. That's the 38.2% there, and the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree, so we can just take that there. That's where it should just fail from. So just be prepared. I don't know if it will or not, but as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave to here, we could get one more move down before we get this ABC coming back. So we'll just have to be a bit aware of that. I mean, that's how I would see this, but being in line with the other markets around the place, then I really need to call the low in. So I feel like, I don't know if I've made a mistake in here or not, having this low in here as wave 1 and 2, because all the other markets are going back to their wave 2s, So maybe I have made a mistake here somewhere. I just got to find it. It's a bit tricky to work it out in here, but I think that's okay in here, I mean, even as 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the third wave, fourth wave and fifth wave. It's a bit dodgy, whichever way I look at it. But, yeah, so that's that. So I think we'll have time tomorrow, to look for the short trade in all of this. So we'll just wait on at that point. If this moves up any higher than where it is here now, if it moves up like up into here, then you know that this is not the case over here. We have to use this wave 5 and 1 here, and then we'll look for the move up there at that point, some sort of position that we can short up at that point. Yeah. Alrighty, I'll leave it all at that. Okay, cheers.